When did the factory accident happen?
That was more than 100 years ago, and we still can't move on. That's why this house still stands, I think. Until we Thorntons decide who we're gonna be, we're stuck on this island. You should see it on a summer day when the ocean and the sky are sharing the same blue and the grass is bright. But here it is, gray and dark, under all the misery we've heaped upon it.
You don't seem like a bad guy. Can you tell me why you ended up in jail?
You really want to know?
I do.
Then listen. I don't care if you believe me, but keep this to yourself.
Okay.
I wasn't close to the company then. Still ain't, but I heard through a friend of the guy down the way. You know how it goes. I heard that our processing plant in town was up to its old tricks, hiring people who couldn't afford to quit and treating them beyond bad, locking them in to meet quotas and such. I asked Clara. She denied, naturally, but it made her so mad I asked. I had to go check it out myself. I went in the middle of the night, and right away I saw it was true. The exit was padlocked, right in plain view of the world, and no one cared. I broke in, that's true. I was furious. I broke one of the big machines, that's true too. So there it is. I stood up, and boy, did I get knocked down.
You must be pretty mad at Clara.
You don't even know the half of it.
I swear, Harper was there.
I told you. Life don't play by the rules here. Anyways, if she was, she ain't now.
I think you're just trying to scare me away.
Girl?
Nancy.
Girl. Fear ain't some feeling to overcome, especially not here. That prickly feeling you get in that old house, that means something dark is whispering your name.
Something dark?
Trust me, that's as close as you want to get.
Can I listen to more recordings?
Sure.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Why would you play that? Turn it off, now!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you with the movie.
I know, but just give me a minute. Seeing that well, it made my head hurt worse. I keep seeing it when I close my eyes. Did you have more to say?
Colton thinks he was forced into the relationship with Jesselyn.
Forced? Please. Jessie's a gem. Any man be lucky to get the time of day from her. Don't tell a soul about this, but Colton, he's got problems. Nothing big, so don't go jumping to conclusions. But his parents told me right away he's always struggled a little. He's a smart boy, but these fits of paranoia take hold of him now and again.
Did that ever worry you, considering he was dating your daughter?
A mother always worries. I'm not saying Colton is crazy. I'm saying give him some space. He's had his troubles.
Wade said you're the reason he went to jail. Is that true?
No. Wade is the reason Wade went to jail.
He said you were the one who pressed charges.
Well, isn't he the chatterbox when it suits him?
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. What he doesn't get, what no one gets, is that I meant well. No matter how he explained it to you, he broke the law. He broke into the factory, he damaged thousands of dollars of equipment, and scared the workers half to death. I didn't think he'd go to jail, though, and he knows that.
What did you think would happen?
I thought community service. An officer to keep him away from his crooked friends so he would finally straighten up. I planned on dropping the charges, but once the ball got rolling, I lost control of it. Wade ended up sitting across from a judge who wanted to make an example. And that was that. Wade has wanted his revenge ever since. It's stupid. I even suspected him of taking Jesselyn to get back at me. But he'd never do something like that. I mean, I don't think.
I saw Charlotte.
Pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say that. Still, there must be some sort of explanation.
You might be right. Just
what?
I don't know. This old house is playing tricks on my head.
Can you tell me anything about your father that might be relevant?
Why would you ask me about my father?
You know, no stone unturned, pursue all angles.
I don't believe you. Fine. I never knew who my daddy was. Happy to hear me say that?
I promise I didn't know.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Why didn't your mother ever tell you?
I think one day she was gonna tell me. But she didn't live to get the chance.
I've heard about the ghost, but can you tell me anything about the real Charlotte?
My cousin. But everyone thought we were sisters. She died here. Joined the old family, as they used to say. When I was a little girl, my mama used to say, after we Thorntons passed, we'd keep on living right here. Every night would be a beautiful ball with songs and cute boys to dance with. She wasn't trying to scare me to death, but nonetheless, I did not sleep well on story nights.
It does sound a little eerie.
That was back when Thornton Hall was pretty. Now, I don't even want to entertain the thought.
Did your mother say much else about the ghosts here?
Too much. If she thought there was a ghost about, she'd fall to pieces being so sad.
Sad? Most people are afraid of ghosts.
She had this weird belief that Thornton ghosts aren't around forever. They got a short time to make their peace. If they don't, they get bitter, real mean and nasty. Until they forget everything that made them human. And then they slip into the cracks of the world to live with the others.
The others?
The lost souls from an accident that happened here years back. Mama called them hungry shadows.
Why?
I don't want to know. She said they were all tangled together, lost and scared and mean. My mama was a good woman, but dang if she didn't scare me half to death with irregularity.
Harper really was down there. I'm not making things up.
What do you want from me?
Nothing. I just want to find Jesselyn, like you.
Then no more games now, okay?
I'm telling the truth.
Nancy, enough! Just go away!
Don't think I'm going to be able to fix that.
Hi, Nancy. Did you get the package I left for you?
Yes.
I think they're silly, but apparently some of the people I've met swear by using EMF signatures on the property.
I showed Clara a film that really upset her.
Actual film? Where'd you find it?
Yeah, out in the ruins.
Mm-hmm. Prick up your ears. Someone's talking to you.
What do you mean?
What's on that film is at the heart of everything.
It was an old birthday party.
Charlotte's. Maybe she's the one doing the talking.
What have you been up to since we spoke last?
I've been teaching the road to know my wheels.
Are you working on the next book?
I've been running away from the next book. And an empty house that was filling up with chatty ghosts. But who knows? When I'm out of gas, maybe I'll have no choice but to listen to what they have to say. If they're interested, I'll send you a gallery proof. If they're not, guess I'll go teach.
You dated Wade, is that right?
If you're asking, then you already know the answer.
Is that the reason you didn't come?
One of the reasons. But that's just one.
I think I'd like to know the other reasons.
Because I'm less help to the living than I am to the dead.
What happened between you and Wade? I think I might need to know.
Wade is bad news. Enough said.
You've done a lot of research on the Thornton family, right? What have you found?
Like a lot of powerful families around here, they were forged in the Civil War. Like every war, it was a brutal thing that made a lot of men dead and a couple of men rich. Or women, in this case. The family matriarch, the Gray Lady, they say she was a spy for the North.
Is that true?
Could be. She kept records like a spy for sure. Which is to say she didn't. One thing's known. She fed the North troop positions that turned the tide of more than one battle. She was compensated quite well for it. The island itself was a gift. She was either a traitor or a spy. That's why the Northerners got to calling her Gray Lady. If you ask me, she started a nasty Thornton tradition. Success at the cost of innocent blood. Anyone who tries to right things in that family gets ostracized or worse.
Do you know anything about the factory accident?
Nothing I can verify. It's been scratched out of the local history. When I was there, I expected to feel something when I stood near the old factory.
And nothing?
As many spirits as I expected. I only met one.
Charlotte?
That'd be the one. Dear, sweet Charlotte, the terror of Black Rock Island.
What happened to your old assistant, Logan?
He fired me.
Doesn't it usually work the other way?
You'd think so. He got fed up with me.
Why?
He gave me an ultimatum. Write the draft or he'd find someone else to work for. I do not do ultimatums.
I spoke to Wade.
I figured that might happen eventually. Can I explain, or are we beyond that?
I'm sure you have your reasons.
I do.
Wade said he was expecting you. Why didn't you tell me that?
I was going to come. I meant it when I told him I was coming.
But then?
But then I got scared.
What scared you away from taking the case?
To be blunt, the living Thorntons are just as scary as the dead ones.
Why?
They've dug so many graves on that rock that death himself is on the Christmas card list. I can't help but wonder if they're misfortunate fools or just addicted to Sunday clothes and the sound of a spade taking a bite out of cold clay.
Tell me what happened when you met Charlotte.
I'll tell you, hon, but you got to remember that you are not like me.
What do you mean?
I have opened the door to the spirit world, and you have not. And don't you dare do it, ever. You hear?
Yeah, I can agree to that.
I mean it. The dead are just like lost children. If you're out there leaving a trail of breadcrumbs, they will find you. Enough of the PSA. I snuck out there to the ruins on the anniversary of her death. I waited in silence for a long time. Nothing.
You didn't say the rhyme?
Oh, that. Oh, it's cute, but I wasn't looking for my daddy's brain-dead bloodhound. They come when they come, and in the dead of night, she came. Stood right beside me. Just me and her, eye to eye, for a hot minute. Finally, she reached for my wrist. She pulled me through a fog that became smoke and then fire. She pulled me back to the night she died.
Could you see what happened that night?
I couldn't see a thing. I could only feel the heat. I could feel how sad she was and how angry. I'm sorry, hon. Talking about it don't come easy.
I'm just trying to fit the pieces together. What does Charlotte have to do with Jesslyn?
All families got one thing in common. Every generation, just like the last. There's some rebels and some oddballs that break the mold. But for the most part, one generation gonna follow into the footsteps of the next. From what I gathered, Jesslyn seems to be cut from the same cloth as Charlotte. You ask me, if someone saw Charlotte as a threat, then Jesslyn's been born behind enemy lines.
You said you opened the door to the spirit world. What did you mean?
You really sure you want to know?
I'm curious, and no disrespect, but...
Last time, time, I told you how my daddy got me interested in ghosts, but that's only part of the story. When I was young, there was a spot in my room where I could fold back the wallpaper. There was this gorgeous old wood behind it. I mean, to me it was. I'd trace the ripples in the grain with my finger for sometimes hours.
Why?
I don't know. I was a girl, and it was the only thing I knew about that no one else did. I don't know exactly when it started, but I began to trace a beautiful old willow into the wall, over and over again. Strong limbs running up to the sky, and the tangled roots grabbing tight at the dirt. I was obsessed. I traced the tree until I knew every detail. I even started to see it after a time, little indentations in the wood. But one day, the lines felt strange and cold, and I realized it wasn't the wall I was feeling. There was a girl on the other side of the wood. She was showing me what to draw. She was trying to tell me something. I should have shut my eyes tight and glued the paper back. But I didn't, and I couldn't. I let her teach me the shape of the tree, again and again, until one day I saw it in real life.
What happened?
Not a thing until a strong storm hit a few months later. I don't have to tell you what they found when they pulled what was left of the willow tree from the ground, now do I? That's when I decided I would learn to listen. I knew even then it had come at a cost. I just had no idea how high.
You know I don't believe in ghosts, but something isn't right here.
Well, explain it.
I'm seeing and hearing things. I can't explain it, and I feel, we all feel...
A weight.
Exactly.
It's common with hauntings. Now, some say that haunted places... Oh, shoot. I gotta rush. That's the other line.